Going on, guys? So I have been on the search for a cheap, wow, that got super dark super fast, for a cheap project for the channel. So been looking for like used go-karts, and initially we were gonna go get Brent's old one that he had at his parents' house, but we showed up there and JD got rid of it. We don't know if he sold it, put it at the curb, but anyways, it was gone. So been on the lookout. Finally found one, so I am on my way to go get it. Should be a fun little project and something awesome to take up to Brent's property and just mess around with. Just because with the truck out of commission, I want something that we can go have fun with that isn't going to be crazy expensive. So, you know, go-kart seems like the perfect option. So let's go get that, and we'll definitely give you some updates as what's going on with the truck and basically what we're doing with this project, because this is a fully funded project based on our revenue. So this is all because of you guys that we're able to do this. You know, the truck, I'm paying for a lot of that myself, so obviously it's on hold. So I know some of you guys are probably going to be like, dude, just finish the truck. Well, it's not that simple. So this should be a fun little project, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing it. Alright, so I completely skipped kind of the going to pick it up and bringing it home, but we have a go-kart. So let's go get it unloaded from the truck, and then we're just kind of walking around. But I need space to work on it in my garage, so we need to clear a bunch of stuff out, move a bunch of stuff around to have a space to work on it. So we're really working on trying to get the truck moved over. So let's go do that real quick. Alright, so far so good. Kind of slowly getting it over. Now I'm going to go lift up the rear and slide it over. We are really testing out the 2x4 construction that Mike has done with these carts. So let's go ahead and try and just inch her on over. So it's the next day. I realized I did not do any kind of transition from rolling the cart into the garage to Paul and I starting to do stuff. But basically, this is a Yerf Dog go-kart, and we picked it up for about 400 bucks, and we're gonna be doing a bunch of upgrades to it over the next few weeks so we can take it up to Brent's property and just rip it on the trails. So got some new shocks that are here that we're gonna be putting on this video. Ordered new ball joints, ordered new knuckles and spindles for the front because they were, you'll see they're bent, they're pretty janked up. I got new shocks for the rear, and then we just need to rework mounting the seats, do a bunch of other stuff. So we're gonna be doing a ton to this over the next few weeks, and we should be having a blast taking this off-road. Like I said, we're just looking for a cheap, easy project, and so this is it. So let's get back to the teardown. Focus. There we go. rough. It's very like, just come rotate it and you'll feel how like it sticks.
Stiff. Organization is key in the garage.
No, I have none right.
Oh, spare parts.
See, like even this, like this bolt just came out because it didn't have any nuts on it. Like I said, this guy, they had it partially apart, and then was like, oh fuck it, I'm selling it, and got it as close to back together as he could, and then
Where'd you drive to get this?
Milan, so down by Grace. So these are some RFY shocks. They're literally just an air shock, and I guess you can fill them with nitrogen. I got on Amazon. We'll put the link down in the description. Pretty inexpensive. I've seen some good things about them. I've seen some bad things about them. A lot of people just want to talk crap and say they're garbage. Well, we're going to find out if they are or not. Because they are an air shock, you know, temperature is obviously going to affect them pretty greatly as far as how well they do. But you can also fill them with nitrogen. But the nice thing is just you have an air compressor, you just hook it up right here, and you fill it up pretty much like you would a bicycle tire. So we're going to find out if they're any good. Either way, they're probably going to be better than the junky ones we just pulled off here. So while disassembling this, we realized that this is a custom mount we got going on here that they kind of made right here off the body. This is where it originally mounted, right there. And now it mounts to here. So I'm assuming they wanted a different point to make it a little bit more rigid. We're going to try and mount it to that same point, and if we have to, we'll hack those off and go to the higher one. So that's our difference in overall length, as you can see. So
it's a solid like 2.5, 3 inches.
Yeah, so I thought I measured these, and these looked like they were going to be close enough, but these are definitely pretty big. I know they're going to fit back here. But up front might be a different story. We'll find out. Okay. Yes, that's like the limit of how low we can have it. Yeah, so because he didn't have ball joints, he's literally just got it together with a nut and a bolt. Whatever does it.
I know this little dusting we got right now would have been perfect for like drifting.
Dicking around, yep. So yeah, that is definitely pretty bent. That's pretty.
Ooh. Can you say money pit?
Yeah, well, you know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and like this gap is, they didn't do the best job fabricating this.
Is there enough room in there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't know if the hole lined up with the shock.
It does. Just... yeah, but see how it'd be way too low?
Yeah.
So that's why we need to cut it shorter, because obviously that's not right. Alright, let's go get the cut-off wheel and cut some bitches. That should still work too. And then obviously once actual weight gets set on it, yeah, I think we need to completely remove these. We got the fabricated mounts off. They just weren't going to line up great, and they were just too far down for how long this shock is, so we went back to the original factory point. So now this should be a little bit better. Once we get our new ball joints, get these put in, we should be ready to rock and roll.
Bust your knuckle?
No. Look at how angled that is.
Yikes.
That is janked up. So, like I said, even if these are shit, they're going to be a million times better than this. That's fine. So this is going to make it sit a little bit taller. So it's going to make it sit a little bit taller because, as you can see, we're not lined up yet, but I haven't undone the other one, so we're going to get a little bit more angle out of this. Across how many times I've posted that video, it's been seen probably a million times.
Well, I think it's just, it was such a sweet, like, not that it was unplanned, because we were planning on going up there to go four-wheeling, right? But we weren't anticipating that much snow. So
we're like, oh, probably snow. Well, remember we were supposed to go to the UP and then didn't get the snow, so we're like,
we'll go camping. That was a good one.
Today has been definitely a day of knuckle busting. My whole right hand is fucked up right now.
But good thing you got your safety shoes on.
Yep, good old
insulated Crocs.
Insulated Crocs. They do the job.
It's my shoe of choice for working at home.
Oh yeah, we got a bleeder. So we got our rear shocks on. They were a little bit longer than the previous ones, so it gave us a little bit of height, and they are adjustable, so we can, we're kind of getting a little bit more angle out of the rear, so it should lift the whole thing a little bit more. Not a ton, just because it's all off this pivot point, but got that all situated. Still some more we gotta do back here, but shocks are on, that's the main thing. So right now, we're gonna leave the seat on this side. The whole goal is eventually center mount it, as you can see right here. So we can unbolt this, and there's a slide shaft here. Center mount it, because eventually we're going to center mount a seat, but that's just going to take some fabricating. We just want to be able to drive it right now, so we're going to rebolt the seat. The seats have some inserted nuts in the bottom of them, because it's just a plastic resin seat. They're good enough for now. We're going to find something a little bit nicer later on. But because I've got those inserts, we're going to have to JB weld them back in. That way we can bolt them to the slide rails and be able to use them in here. But for now, we're going to keep this driver's side on this side. We might throw in the passenger seat, have someone else in there, maybe someone to film for the meantime, but we are going to make it center mounted once we can refabricate some stuff. But we just want to get this into a position where to drive it. Definitely need to redo some wiring. And yeah, so then we've got our new shock on here. We're waiting on our new ball joints. Our knuckles seem a little disformed, so we're probably going to have to throw them in the vise and fix them. Or we might end up getting a new one, because this is pretty bound up. It has a very hard, it's just grinding and catching and doesn't have that solid movement. So probably replacing these. Yeah, that's pretty much where we are for now. And we will get you guys an update when we get new parts in. So we are going up to Brent's property to do some winter camping. snow permitting. The weekend of the 8th, so probably going to go up Saturday morning, set up camp, hopefully take this thing out, have fun with it on the property, and then we're going to camp in the hammocks, that new 4-post set that we build. If you want to see that trip, go ahead and click right here. So yeah, so you can see that video of us camping after we kidnapped Paul, setting up those posts. We're going to be hammock camping out of those. We've got some cold weather sleeping bags we're going to use. We're only going to do one night, that way if it's that miserable, we get to go home the next morning. And worst case scenario, we end up jumping in the truck and running the heater all night. But that's the plan, so we want to try and have this thing ready by then. So just need to get those ball joints in. Like I said, we got the shocks, probably some tie rods, and then just bolt them in the seat. And then we're ready to go. This wiring's all janked, but this is all just for auxiliary lights, so let's get that cut out. But thanks for watching another episode of Caswell Customs. I'm Vinny.
Paul behind the camera.
And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Keep dancing with the devil, but it is alive.